we were doing one of these damn things. So we're getting philosophical with skateboarding again. I think that it is hard to maintain just a baseline of happiness and sanity in the modern world. Well, I mean, it's probably always been like this, but this is also the only life I've consciously experienced or that I remember experiencing. So, say that there aren't things that can make you happy in the modern world or that it's impossible to be happy or something. I just think that there's a lot of stuff that actively works against like your baseline happiness. Baseline happiness is talking about like when you're a little kid and you're like looking at bugs. Like that's happiness. Not like, yeah, I worked a job and now I bought a boat. Like that's temporary. That's a dopamine high. It feels like there's a lot of stuff out in the world that makes it really hard to maintain that baseline happiness. You'll be like working on your veggie garden and then be like, damn it, I gotta pay taxes next week. Have a nice drive into work and then like your coworker will be going off about politics and you'll be like, oh, well, that sucks. A lot of this stuff is often presented as the choice between bad or worse. Sort of like no way to win kind of way, I guess. And I don't think that's actually the case, at least not for like all of life. But what I'm trying to get to is I think when we're constantly inundated with all of these like no-win situations, like, oh yeah, congratulations, you got a job that makes $250K a year, on paper you should be able to buy a house, but actually you're going to be taxed at like 40% or whatever the tax rate is. It's really hard to get home and be like, dude, I want to look at bugs, go for a walk and just like feel the breeze on my face. I want to eat an orange and just be unburdened. And so I guess it's that sense of unburdened that I'm talking about here. Burdened in a world that profits off of vying for your attention using like the most basest forms. That's only something that I feel, and I try to deal with it by having hobbies that allow me to unplug. Or reading or like philosophy stuff, or like I put a lot of time into like fermentation, like brewing or making wine. But it's still hard when you still kind of have to like be a part of the normal world. And to further complicate things, I experience symptoms that sometimes make it feel like I am not able to use all of my brain power. Like sometimes it just feels like I have horse blinders on. And sometimes it feels like that emotionally too. Having a hard time, then there's a chance that like I'm not going to realize how to pull myself out of it. That is this like, hi, I'm Bobby and I have depression kind of thing. No, that's not what I mean at all. Anyway, this is where skateboarding comes in. Skateboarding takes so much brain power and like pulls your emotions in and stuff and activates parts of your brain that we just don't really use in the modern world. It like pushes out all of that bad stuff. Don't worry about who the president is when you're carving a pool. And yeah, it's escapism, but at least you're actually doing something and not just like getting high or something for this.